Hi fitness friends, this is Anita Stone with VideoFitnessCoach.com. I'm going to do a shoulder set today. We're going to work on the top of the shoulder, the back of the shoulder, the front of the shoulder, the anterior. These are all of the deltoids, and do a couple of shoulder exercises to show you how to work through this area. Now, this is kind of a neglected area for women. And I would like to encourage you to start working on your shoulders, because if you'll round out your shoulders, you'll find that your clothes fit better. You look better in those tank tops that you're going to wear this summer and in your swimsuit. And it also will work through the upper arm, and that's where we always, of course, want to work through the triceps so we don't have flabby arms back here. And so these shoulder exercises will help with that. I'm going to grab 5-pound weights, and on these shoulder exercises you can use a lighter weight, but you probably don't want to go heavier than 5 pounds unless you're very muscular, because it seems to me like it's very easy to pull something through the shoulder. It's easy to pull things through the knees, and so we kind of need to be careful with shoulders and knees when we're exercising. If something doesn't feel right, there's a difference obviously between pain, like you're wearing the muscle out and it's hurting, okay, so you're getting a little bit of pain, and strain. Strain is different, so you need to know your body and know the difference between those two feelings. So I'll start with these 5-pound weights. I'm going to start right here with my hands in front of my thighs. And if you do this exercise with me every day, you will start seeing a difference in your shoulders. And so we're going to work up, lift up just like this. And as I was doing this exercise last night, I was teaching my weightlifting class last night, I kept seeing a couple of girls with their elbows here, okay? Now, what does that mean? That means your weight is too heavy, okay? So if you can't get elbows all the way up here, if you're not strong enough to get your elbows up to the same height as your shoulder, then you need to get a lighter weight, okay? And so work with those lighter weights until you can move up to the heavier weight. So I've got my shoulders, see, I look like I've got chicken wings out here, right? And as I come up to the top here, I'm going to slightly press back with the elbows and then lower down, nice and slow. And so this is an upright row, and we're going to go up and down with these, ideally doing at least 10, but between 10 and 20 would be nice, depending on how much weight you have, okay? And we are not going to do these fast. Fast is not good in weightlifting. Slow is good. If I want to, I can go right to left. And what I like about using individual weights like this versus a barbell, when I exercise in one of my classes that I go to a barbell weightlifting class. Well, if I have a barbell, I can't go right to left like this. And some people have maybe one bad shoulder. They'll have one arm that they've had an injury or something like that, and so they can't do both arms at the same time because one arm gives out. And so it's nice to be able to have individual hand weights, and so if you need to keep on going on one side like this and let the other side rest, you can. So that's nice to do. All right, I'm going to do one more of these. Stop here. And now go to an anterior delt lift or a front lift right here. So we're going to go all the way up to the front. Again, shoulder level. If you can only get this high, then your weight is too heavy. And so normally when I'm doing front lifts like this, I will not lift more than 5 pounds on each hand, because that's about where I'm at for my front lifts. And again, you can alternate these, right and left, and nice and slow. Now, I talked about in our biceps video that when we're doing a lift or when we're doing a curl in a bicep, that that's not the whole part of the exercise. Coming up like this, that's only half of the exercise. Coming down, I want to resist all the way down. So I'm not going to lift and just let gravity take my arm down like this. This is what I see in my classes. See how my body's shaking and it's not firm, it's not steady? That's what we don't want. So we want nice straight body. See how my shoulders aren't flopping around and going back and forth? And so I'm resisting all the way down. So we lift up and we resist down, nice and slow. And when we go to the sides, we're going to go nice and slow to the sides. I'm just going to show right and left, nice and easy. Now, when you come out to the sides, you do not have to have a straight arm. You can have a bent arm like this. If your weight is too heavy, then you will need to bend your arms some. And so you can go out with these laterals, working the medial delt, just like this, nice and easy, and you can go right and left. And so if I'm going to work both arms, ideally, I would have a nice straight arm out to the side, shoulder level at the top, and then all the way down, nice and slow. Right arm, and then left, and then let's do both arms. All the way out, and all the way down. And so with that exercise, working the top of the shoulder or the medial delt. Now, it's very difficult to work the rear delts. And one of the positions that I like is down here on the mat with one leg up like this, and we have to lean forward slightly, okay? And hands will be down straight with the straight elbow here, and then we'll lift up to the rear, okay? And so we're lifting and pulling back. Pulling back. So the elbows go back, and I'm tightening through the back of the shoulder. And again with these, we can go right and left, or both arms. One more. Good job. All right. That's the end of our shoulder set. Thanks for joining me. This is Anita with VideoFitnessCoach.com. If you'd like to join in on our Tuesday night calls, you can sign in at VideoFitnessCoach.com, or you can go to my blog at www.timetogetfit.blogspot.com, and the call-in directions will be there. Thanks for joining me. Have a fit day. Bye-bye.